All right. Okay, I'm live. That took a few moments there. Let me just make sure. Hi, I'm NancyAnger, and I wanted to come on and do a quick live today. I was getting a message this morning. Just see, make sure that, okay. I wanted to come on and do. Okay, perfect. All right, so my volume's working. All right, so this morning message, I started writing it down too, and it was about self-responsibility, about being aware of what we are responsible for ourselves as adults, human beings, and what we're responsible or not responsible for when it comes to other people, and really how this awareness is a path to freedom. So, sometimes perhaps growing up, depending on the circumstances that we grew up in, right? There could be a lot of confusion about that, right? If you had maybe parents or grown-ups around you that did a lot of things, maybe things that you could have done for yourself, then you might feel a little bit disempowered, right? That you're not able or capable. You may have gotten used to kind of hearing the story or belief that you're not really able to do certain things, that other people have to do it for you. But the truth is that you're a lot more capable than you think you are. Ooh, that's the truth. So one example for myself is my husband and I, we've been together for a long time. And so sometimes this happens that it's like, well, this is the role that you usually do. I usually might cook a lot, and maybe he's the one that takes care of the lawn or whatever. But at the end of the day, we both do it because we choose it. It's not because we have to. And any moment that I say, I don't want to do this anymore, I don't have to. I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do, and neither does he, and neither do you. So a little story about empowerment. So before, when I was single for a while, I remember I would jump in and tackle projects because there was nobody else there to help me. Actually, I remember moving into an apartment and putting up a ceiling fan by myself. Didn't really know exactly what I was doing, but I figured it out. And then after many years of being with my husband and being in a relationship, it was like certain things leaned to him. So a few years ago, I bought a DVD player, and I wanted it hooked up so I could do workouts on the TV in my cellar. And so I put it down there. I said, hey, I bought this DVD player. Can you help me hook it up when you get a chance? And time went by, and I found ways around it. I would go upstairs in my master bedroom. I had a sit. And so I happened to call one of my daughters at the time, and I had a conversation, and she's like, Mom, you can probably just do it yourself. And she's like, look at the directions. It's easy. I've done it myself. And if you need help, let me know and I'll help you. So I hopped off the phone, looked at the directions, and within less than probably 10 minutes, I had hooked up the DVD player, and it was amazing. And I felt so empowered. I was like, oh my gosh, I felt so empowered. I actually could do it. I somehow believed that I couldn't take care of it. My husband, that was the thing he could do and I could not do. And when I looked at the receipt in the box, that DVD player had been sitting there for 16 months. And I laughed. I was like, wow. So since that time, there have been lots of other things that I've done, like travel to other countries by myself. And my story used to be, my husband takes care of this. He knows what to do and I don't. But that was bull. That was a story I was telling myself. So in becoming more aware of, and so there are times when maybe it's something you can't do yourself exactly, but you can find help. You can ask somebody for help, but there's always a way. So if you aren't sure, but you want to, so it's the question to think about is like, where in your life might you be making someone else responsible for your well-being when it's not their responsibility, whether it's your health, your money, your relationships, your business, your career, or, even like many times growing up, I learned that, certain people know more than you, like the doctor knows more than you about your health and other things like that. And I've learned that that's not actually true. That's kind of turning over responsibility to someone else as well. And I found it's more powerful when you actually take more responsibility back for yourself. And as you can see, probably in the world today, there's a lot of different opinions and a lot of different things. And you can go to multiple doctors and hear multiple answers for things, multiple advice. So first question is, where are you taking responsibility? Where are you giving away responsibility, making someone else responsible for your well-being? And then start to become aware of that. And then the other side is, where are you being overly responsible for someone else's well-being that doesn't need your help? So in the same way, like I said about the childhood, you can actually disempower another person. It's not necessarily empowering to just jump in and help someone to do something that maybe they could do themselves. When I had my yoga studio for a long time, I remember once in a while, someone would call with a problem and I wouldn't see the message right away. And then maybe a little while later, I would go in and I would pick up my phone and I would see a message or two messages, and it would be like, oh, hi, Nancy, I have this problem. I'm not sure what to do. And then I'd listen to the second message and said, never mind, I figured it out. So a lot of times if we just step back a little bit, whether it's a child or adult, someone else in your life, sometimes the most loving thing to do is actually to step back and allow them to be their powerful self, knowing that they're more capable than they might even believe. And so those are the two things that really came through today. So something just to contemplate again is, where might you be disempowering yourself or thinking that relying on something else, another person or another situation for you to be okay, right? It's like when we do that, it's like, that's how you'll be able to recognize it. And by the way, if you're watching the replay, #freedom. So if you are, little brain fart there. If you are, if you find that you're waiting for another person or a perfect circumstance, that means you're turning over your power to someone or something else. And sometimes, there's a lot of things in the world. We can't control other people. There's a lot of circumstances we cannot control, but we can control our perspective, and there are things we can control. So those are the things to look at. So again, the two questions, one is, where am I turning over responsibility for myself, my own well-being, to someone else? And where am I maybe overly taking responsibility for someone else? So let me know if this was helpful. If you're watching on Facebook, please like it if you like it, comment, I'd love to hear. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, share, subscribe if you found it helpful. I'm sorry, it looks like I'm freezing up a little bit here, going slow, but hopefully it came out good. All right, have a great rest of your night or day or whenever you are listening.